Hi, this is Mrs. Robertson. Today is Friday, and we are going to do, this is our bell work, review form f2a for Chapter 2. Our test, we're going to probably start our test Monday, the last 15 minutes of Monday, and then we will finish it on Tuesday. So that way we can start reviewing for our quarter 2 benchmark, and then we also have to take the quarter 1 benchmark. So we are going to get going on that. We'll review then and prepare for it. But first we have to prepare for our Chapter 2 test, which is about percents. So let's look here. It says, what is 25% of 40? So if you were doing an equation, n means equals 0.25 of means times 40. So you would multiply those together, and when you do that, you end up 25% of 40 is 10. N is 10. So 10 is 25% of 40. And problem number 2. What is, so N means equals, that will be 1.15. You change your percent to a decimal, of means times 80. So you have to write that down, and then we multiply it. I will be very disappointed if you don't either have an equation or a proportion written down on your paper, because on the test you will not get your points if you don't do it correctly, and you end up with n equals 92. Any questions?
I do it like this.
You did the proportion?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do a proportion. That is fine too. The proportion would look like, remember, the proportion is part over whole equals percent over 100. So here, it would be, if you did a proportion, I'll just do it in a different color of ink. For number 1, you would have P over 40 equals 25 over 100. And that would be your proportion.
Variables have to be specifically?
No, you could have any variable. I won't count off if you set it up as a proportion. This one here, you would have your part over 80 equals 115 over 100. Now, for this one, change 8% to a decimal, 0.08 of means times 70 means equals what number? We don't know what it is, so I give it the variable n. If you set it up as a proportion, so you're going to have n over 70, or p over 70, equals 8 over 100. Okay? So in this problem here, 0.08 times 70 gives you the answer 5.6. So 5.6 equals n. You can do it this way, or you can do it the proportion way. Any questions on that? Yes?
I have a question. So instead of doing 0.8 times 70, I do 70 times 0.8, just like the opposite.
It can't be 0.8, it's got to be 0.08. But that would be fine, yeah. Yeah, if you had it n equals 70, because the commutative property says it doesn't matter, that would be fine. Thank you. So, this girl is excellent at making free throws. 90% is almost unheard of. So you're going to take 0.9 of means times 50 to find out how many she made. So 0.9 times 50, she made 45 of her 50 free throws. We're not going to talk about basketball because Purdue blew it. Number 1, and they lost. Anyway, oh, free throws. Now let's continue. Number 5 and 6. 3, 2, 1. It says find the missing value. All right, here we have to find the interest. I equals PRT. So the interest equals, that's 20,000 times 0.05 times 3. So 20,000 times 0.05 times 3, they're going to pay $3,000 interest. So at the end of 3 years, they will pay $23,000. Okay? Now, in this one, we have to find the rate. Well, interest is 425 equals 3,000 times the rate times 5. You know, you need to do something more quiet when you're fidgeting, okay? Thank you. So, we now have 425. What's 3,000 times 5?
15,000.
15,000 times R. What do I do next? Yes. We're going to divide both sides by 15,000. I wonder what my rate is, if it's a good rate or a bad rate. 425 divided by 15,000. Ooh, 0.02833. 0.02833 repeating equals R. Now I've got to change the decimal to a percent. Bloop, bloop. So that's 2.8. It says to the nearest tenth of a percent. Will the 3 turn the 8 into a 4, a 9? No. So it's 2.8% is your rate. Are there any questions? Okay. Now, does everyone have this written down? This is what you would expect to see on a paper. Can everyone line your equal signs up neatly? Do you have that written down with your equal signs lined up neatly? Can I see it? All right. Number 7. What number? So that's going to be N equals 0.32 times 79. Do any of them say that? Nope. It's got to have the decimal point. Nope. 79. Nope. N equals 0.32 times 79. Yes. The answer for that one is D. Now I better double check to make sure it gives me 25.3. 0.32 times 79. 25.3 it does. Any questions on that? Okay, the next one. 0.1 of means times a number is means equals 30. Well, 0.1, they needed to give a little more space in between the numbers. On the test, there is more space on these kids. 30, so they have it 30 equals 0.1 n. Is that here? 0.1 times n. 30 equals, I think it's h. Let's double check. So if I divide both sides by 1/10, 30 divided by 1/10 gives you 30 divided by 0.1 is 300. So yes, that is correct. Any questions? What number, that's going to be n, is means equals 64% is 0.64 of means times 120. Okay, not that one. It's got to have a decimal point. Not that one. N equals point, it is C. Now let's make sure it equals 76.8. 0.64 times 120. Yes, it does. So that is correct. Any questions on these? Okay, let's go to number 10. While eating lunch, this person ate 75% of the carrots he had in his bag. There were 12 carrots in his bag. How many carrots did he eat? Well, 0.75 times 12, or you could have taken 3/4. times 12. They both will give you the same answer, but since you have calculators, most of you probably did it this way. Did you get 9? He ate 9 carrots. Any questions? Just 1 teen carrots. Any questions on that? Okay. In number 11, Melinda ate breakfast and this is the wild one here. Melinda ate breakfast and wanted to leave her waitress a 20% tip. Her meal cost $7.50. How much money would Melinda leave? It should say for the tip and a 7.5% sales tax. Or what is the total cost for breakfast, including tip and 7.5% sales tax? We really don't need to answer that part. So you're going to take 20% plus 7.5. So that gives you a 27.5%. Now, kids, I can add those because they're both percents. You got that? You can't add a percent and a decimal unless it's a percent. So now we're going to take $7.50 times, we've got to change that to a decimal, 0.275. So now we can multiply. $7.50 times 0.275 gives you the answer of 2.0625. That is your tax and tip. So when you add that together, $7.50 plus 2.06, that 2 won't change it into a 7, leaves you with $9.56. Okay, now some of you might have done this. You might have taken 7.5 times 0.2, and the tip is $1.50. So if you had $1.50, and then you had to figure out the tax, so then, kids, it's a very complicated thing. There are all different ways people figure out the tip. You do not have to pay tax on a tip. So let's see, if you just do the tax on the food, 7.5 times 0.05, let's see what we get there. 0.75. 56 cents is how much tax is. So when I add $1.50 plus 56 cents, you end up getting $2.06. Do you see that? So if I add the tip plus the tax separately, I still get $2.06, which is what we got over here. So you could do it either way, and you're still going to get the same answer. Question? Yes. If it's an emergency. Now let's go to the, yes. Tax, you change your percent to a decimal and multiply it. Tax is 0.075 times $7.50. Well, $7.50. What we did on this problem, since there were two things, a tip and a tax, we added your percent, your tax, plus your tip, and that's where I got 27.5%. That's your tax plus tip. Then we have to change it to a decimal, and then you take that decimal times the cost, and that tells you what your tax and your tip is going to be. Yeah, because tax and tip are added on to your amount. Now let's go to the other side. It says find the percent of change. Percent of change. Aiden, what's the formula for percent of change? Well, look it up. Type in your computer percent of change. It'll give you the formula. If you type in the percent of change formula, it will give it to you. What does it say? Well, it seems like he's having problems. The answer is difference over original.
Oh yeah, I remember.
So that's all you do for the percent of change, is get the difference between the two amounts, put it over the original, you'll get a decimal, and then change your decimal to a percent. So, here we have Zach bought a pair of jeans for $54. The next week he noticed the price of the same jeans was now $74. Find the percent of change. Well, 74 minus 54, which one's the original price, Aiden? Over 54. So, when you subtract, you get 20 divided by 54. That gives you the answer of 0.37. It goes on, but that'll be far enough. That equals a 37%. Now, is it a 37% increase or decrease? Increase. Very good. Okay, 40 to 25. Difference. 40 minus 25 over 40. So 40 minus 25 equals 15 over 40. You'll get 0.375. It says to the nearest, okay, does it tell you what to round it to the nearest whole percent? Okay, so 0.375 equals 38%. And is that an increase or a decrease? Decrease. Any questions? On the next one, 140 minus 120 over the original of 120. So you have 20 over 120. That equals 0.16. So when you round that to the nearest percent, it'll be 17%. Now, is that an increase or a decrease? Increase. Any questions on how to do these problems? All right, let's go on now to the next group. Simple interest rate. All right, so interest equals PRT. 250 times 0.034 times 3. You have to show changing your percent to a decimal, doing that correctly. Then all you have to do is 250. And your interest is $25.50. In the next one, 570 times 0.02 times 4. Did you get $45.60?
Yeah.
Any questions on how to do these problems? Number 17, Darren bought a new pair of soccer cleats. The sales tax is 6.5%. What is the total cost Darren will pay? So you have $59.99 times 0.065. $3.90 is the tax. What do I do to get how much he will pay? What's the next step? Yes. That's right. We're going to take $59.99 plus $3.90, and you end up with $63.89. Any questions? Do you see how your answers are to look, how you're to set the problems up for full credit on the test?
Yes.
Very good. Now, Mr. Martin bought a microwave that was originally priced at $225. He received a 30% discount. What is the sale price of the microwave? tax is 9%. What is the total cost? Well, what's the first thing we're going to do? Yes.
You're gonna add the discount to the tax?
Well, we first have to find the discount. 225, because it's a discount, you don't add them together because the discount's going to make it cheaper. Okay? You're going to take 225 times 0.3 to figure out how much is this thing on sale for. Oh, it's going to be, you're going to knock off $67.50. So the sale price of the microwave is $225 minus $67.50. And what's the price? What's the sale price of the microwave? Valerie.
What?
Oh, I thought your hand was up. Oh, yes. Did you say $157.50? Yes, $157.50. Now, what do I do the tax with, Aiden? Which number am I going to figure the tax with? Do you not know how to do sales tax? If you buy something you don't know which number you're going to use the tax on? Who can tell me which number do we take the sales tax? Valerie, that's your hand this time.
My name's not Valerie.
Valerie.
It's Violet.
Violet. I'm sorry, Violet.
It's okay. At least it's not Lily. That's my sister's name.
Okay.
At least it's not Lily. Or Charlotte.
Charlotte. I can't wait for this class to be into a... Let's be nice. Let's be nice. I call Charlotte Lacey because I call you James and Connor. But now it's back to Violet, my lovely flower Violet. She knows how to shop. Yes, which one am I going to take the tax to? No, kids. You got to know this. When you go shopping and it's on sale, it's the sale price that they tax. So you're going to find the tax on $157.50. The sale price is what you're going to be charged the tax on. So now you're going to take $157.50 times 0.3. That's going to tell you how much tax you're going to be charged. Oh, excuse me. The tax is 0.09. Yes, tax is 9%, 0.09. So $157.50 times 0.09, $14.18. We have to round it to the pennies place. What do I do with that $14.18? Charlotte. Yes, I'm going to add it to the sale price. So $157.50 plus $14.18 leaves you with the answer of final price, $171.68 for the microwave oven. All right. Last question. Yancey got his hair cut for $16. He left a 15% tip for the barber. What is the total amount of money he paid? You take 16 times 0.15. The tip is $2.40. Now, what do I do with that $2.40? Add it to the $16. And that will be $18.40. Okay. Keep this paper out on your desk. I'm going to walk around and check it. And then I have another worksheet we're going to do for work for this evening. Hopefully you can get it done. You don't have any homework.